evening, rock fans. We are back. This is Brad.
I'm Amy.
This is Mikey B.
I'm Gary.
Hey, there's Gary. We are joined by Gary McGrath.
Hi.
So much to catch up on since you've been gone. Since
Right?
the last time we had you on.
Last time that you guys had me on, there was that wonderful pandemic thingamabobber going on. So no one was doing much of anything.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone was just kind of hoping and wishing that things were what they had planned and got canceled on.
Hoping and wishing for normal. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have new abnormal, and it's fantastic. So
I don't know about fantastic, but you know, we're living it.
Better.
hey, you got a few blessings. You've got some good stuff going on with the two bottoms.
Right? You guys got married.
We
Yeah.
did get married.
I saw that you got engaged, Gary.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You said a date yet?
She's going on the road with us, and it's
Oh.
great.
That's fantastic.
She's singing all the good stuff and leaving me to where I can, play, which is I much prefer.
Your happy place?
Well, it's kind of funny. You go up to a microphone and you open up your mouth and you never know what'll come out. You hope it'll be a note, but you never know. You go to a guitar or a piano or a drum kit, you play a C chord, it'll always be a C chord.
It's always there, huh?
It's kind of one of those things. So, but no, Brianna's going out with us, and we just finished the new record that's coming out. We finished it today.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm kind of on the buzz of that. So
Yeah. When are you planning on releasing it?
that's the big question. Hopefully we'll have it out by the time we're on the road with Tiffany. We're going out with her in May for a week and doing what we believe is 5 shows, but only 2 have gone on sale so far. So we'll see what happens with the other 3.
Is one of those Dallas?
Yes, Lava Cantina in Dallas is May 13th.
Yes, I have a confession. I'm contemplating that being my anniversary gift for my wife.
Oh, nice.
Like, happy 31st, sweetie. We're gonna go see Tiffany and Gary. So,
That is the day before our first wedding anniversary.
yeah.
Really?
So could be a good wedding gift for us as well.
There you go.
Yeah, I liked hearing that versus, people going, "Oh, you're playing with Tiffany?" Yeah. Will she sign my Playboy? That's what we're doing a lot of. And
I mean, that was a follow-up question.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while, Gary. That was coming. I wasn't going to
the funny
start
part
with
was,
that.
I asked her today. I said, "Hey, the Denver show went on sale." She said, "Yeah, I'm really excited about Denver, and I'm really excited about Dallas." And I said, "Yeah," and she goes, "Yeah, when I did a convention there, I had a line around the block, but it was all to sign my Playboy." And I went, "Okay, well, now that you brought that up,
Right.
does that happen often?" She said, "Yes." She said, "Anytime there's a meet and greet, there's those there." And so
Somebody's got them.
I was kind of laughing, going, "Man, I'm kind of curious to sit in that meet and greet and see how many people just reach in their like laptop, bag and be like, 'I got this for you to sign.'"
Right.
They have it in pristine.
Like, yes, don't forget to dot the I.
Yes. And sorry, the pages are all stuck together, but cheers to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Too far.
I said it would be in pristine condition.
Right. You're right. It's probably mint, pristine condition, in a bag and everything. And
Yes, because you got it at the collector's store on the way to the gig.
exactly. You bought it on eBay the week before
At
the
least those
concert.
at least those in Denton can find it at that Denton bookstore on the square. There's a plug.
Oh, that's too funny.
Already off to a good start, guys.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, I come to interviews with shovels so I can bury myself.
That's too funny.
So let's talk about the shirt you're wearing.
Yeah.
Get a look at that.
Yeah. The monkeys.
Oh,
the
yeah.
monkeys.
Nice.
Didn't you
Yeah.
put out a different version of that?
We did. The drummer for the band at the moment, and but that's a good one. I like that one. My face is placed by jewelry. No, we did the drummer and I both played for Peter Tork, for a number of years, and then I went on the road with the Monkees for a few tours, and then I was a recording engineer and producer for 2 Mike Nesmith albums, and so about a month or so ago, we did our tribute to the Monkees, considering there's only one left alive, and did the stuff pretty accurately. I was kind of surprised, and what I was more surprised at is when we got to the venue, the club owner came up to me, and we played there several times before, and so they went, "Hey, we have every table reserved, and we normally don't reserve tables, so don't suck tonight." And I was like, "Okay, I didn't know that was a fear. Thanks for
that was not our plan, but thanks for letting us know."
Sucking was not on the plan. It was not on the itinerary.
Yeah, and the funny part was, you play a show and people are talking, or they're into it and they're dancing or whatever else. It was the first concert I've played where there wasn't a sound. People were just sitting there staring at us and listening. And then when the song was over, it was, very appreciative applause. But I've never just looked out in an audience of about 60 people and have them all just
staring at you.
I was just
like you were teaching a class or something.
Yeah,
right?
And it was really funny because Brianna looked at me because she was singing a lot of the Davy Jones songs. It was like, "Is this normal? Or are we in the Twilight Zone?" I'm like, "I think we're in the Twilight Zone." This is
are
really
we
weird.
sucking? Because I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, and of course, there's the whole thing with tribute bands kind of taking over the live music scene, and I know there's a lot of tabooness about that, and I never wanted to get into, especially with people that are still alive. It's like, why are you doing a Foo Fighters tribute? Go see them in 6 months, kind of thing.
Right.
But I was shocked that there was that many people to go see a Monkees tribute band. I was like, what the hell was that about? So, and we did that, just us reimagining all the songs. We did them in reggae, and we did some punk rock and stuff like that, and it sold out too. And we're just like, oh, that's interesting. So we did one tribute set, and the next set was all our stuff. And that's the thingy. And it was fun. It was just not anything I expected, and I can understand why people kind of get lured into doing the tribute thing. But I feel sorry for all the venues and clubs and the people that are trying to promote their lives and dreams, and the only thing that they can guarantee out is to play Tom Petty.
Yeah,
I mean, that's so. I feel like I have my opinions about tribute bands. About all, and there's all levels. There's Pantera, whether that's a tribute or not, and then there's tribute bands of bands that are alive still, and so people have opinions about that. Mm-hmm. And then there's tribute bands that are bands of people who are no longer alive, like the Monkees. So for whatever, but I feel like it really hasn't changed. I mean, since the beginning of time, musicians have gotten paid to play other people's music.
Yeah,
it's
even Elvis.
It's if you're exactly, and if you're fortunate enough to be able to play your own music and people give a shit enough, then you're really blessed. But I mean, even the people who do that typically do covers in their bands or whatever from time to time, and so it'll be
sometimes those covers are a lot of fun, especially when the band gets to make them their own and do stuff like that.
See, that's so from my standpoint, that I enjoyed that. I like in doing it, my particular band at the time style of playing that. But I think that's different. That's because if you're in a tribute band, you're not doing that. You're trying
it.
And that has its own challenge. I mean, when especially you're trying to be Jimi Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan or something, I mean, from a guitar player standpoint, I mean, people are paying attention to every little thing, so it's big shoes to fill in a lot of those situations, regardless. But I'm kind of indifferent. There's days when
man, I would hate to be that.
I mean,
Wednesday idea.
Yeah. To each his own.
So Gary, on the tour with Tiffany, will there be any Monkey songs on your set?
No.
All right.
No Monkees tunes on the set. She has some, but we don't. Which I'm scared to ask her if she realizes that her biggest hit was a Mike Nesmith song.
You don't think she knows?
Well, the Monkees never performed it. He sold it because their TV show supervisor called it junk, and he sold it to a publishing house, and it got covered by Tommy or whatever his name was, and he had the hit with it in the 60s, and then she had the hit with it in the 80s. So I don't know. I mean, she might know more about it than I do. I'm sure she would, but it's one of those things where, you know, at the time, I think her manager or someone else said, you would do really good at this, because her follow-up was the cover of I Saw Her Standing There.
Yeah.
So, but I'm really excited because her new record that she has out that she's promoting is a really good rock and roll record. And I really hope it does some, I hope the fans are really up for hearing new stuff, because when you're in an act like that, it's really hard to say, oh, here's something new. That's when they go to the bar, you know?
Yeah. Everybody's there for the
Well,
hits.
isn't Dolly Parton's doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dolly Parton in her rock album. Yeah.
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 Do no wrong. She'll be fine.
She made the Rock and Roll, was it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Hall of
So
Fame.
she's like, okay, now I'm gonna
Have to do a rock record.
Yeah.
Because she tried to
Pretty
withdraw her name from the ballot.
Ballad. Yeah. She didn't want to be
No,
considered for it.
you're on it.
listen.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic
Yeah.
that people, you know, that there's any kind of buzz about rock and roll in any shape,
Oh, yeah.
metal, rock, blues, whatever. Like, bring it on.
Yeah, I'm glad to. Well, actually, live music in general, I thought it was really cool that this year Record of the Year went to Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not just because it's Bonnie Raitt and Bonnie Raitt's really cool, but it's really exposing to a new generation of people that it's okay to look at what's come before.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everyone gets introduced to people like Zeppelin or Pantera or Guns N' Roses or, you know, fill in the blank of who, you know, Willie Nelson or whatever. But it's never like a mass media thing. It's always just kind of a hand down, you know, trickle down effect, if you pardon the Reaganomics pun. But it's really neat to just bluntly see this is who won. Oh, and by the way, they have a nearly 50-year-long career.
Yeah. This is how long they've been doing it. Yeah.
And to have people go, oh,
I heard there's this new up and coming.
I
heard there's this new up
because the people thinking that they have until a certain age, and they have to throw in the towel. And I think that's kind of a neat bit.
I heard there's this new up and coming guitar player. You might know who he is.
Oh yeah, that dude. Yeah, he rocks.
Had to go for the $200 one, huh?
He has a few years. You know, he's under. He doesn't have to worry about any of that age group stuff yet.
No, he does. He has his own demographic. It's in the the late '60s grandma crowd.
He kills at the nursing homes, huh?
Yeah, he's on the steel wheelchair tour right now.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
hey, Jerry, thanks for checking us out.
He's cracks me up. You know, it's, you know, all the cliches that kind of go along with being a musician that has a newborn, or in my case, a toddler. He goes, anytime I'm playing a restaurant, he's there, and he'll get on stage and he'll dance and he'll sing. And I think I posted a picture. He took my microphone away from me. I stood up to adjust my preamp.
Uh-oh.
And I turned around and he was standing on the chair and had the microphone, and he and Bree were singing the theme to Blaze and the Monster Machines. It was we're in this little place in Dublin, Texas, this bar and grill, and all the.
Hey, we know where that is. They make Dr. Pepper there.
Yeah, and I wish they still did.
Yeah.
I love Dublin Dr. Pepper. Love that stuff.
Don't they? Texas. They do have. Don't they? They still have like a Dublin something.
Yeah, the Dublin Soda Company, and they do have what they made is the Dublin Dr. Pepper, but it's called something else. But it's not like Dr. Thunder. It's like Dublin Original or something like that.
Oh, now you're gonna get me. I have to look this up.
Yeah, now Mikey's googling it. Gonna have to order something off the internet. Yeah.
I'm like, let me just go ahead and start typing.
That's too funny. Well, Amy's the big.
I'm the Dr. Pepper. He's a Coca-Cola. I'm Dr. Pepper.
Have you tried the new strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper?
No, I did see somebody post on Facebook about it, and I haven't seen it in stores yet. And I don't know. I'm scared of it.
I just heard about it tonight at dinner. My I affectionately call her my not daughter, my fiance's daughter, who's 22, said she saw some today at Walmart, and I was like, "Did you get any?" I'm like,
Where is it?
"Where is it?" It's like, "No, I just saw it." I'm like, "Then why talk about it?"
Right?
Don't
Why
tell
did
me
you
about
bring
things
it
like
on?
It's like someone's. I don't know. I'm a Bluebell fanatic, so it's like when someone goes, "Oh, there's a new Bluebell. It's got Fruity Pebbles in it." I'm like, "And it's where?"
Right. And you brought 2 spoons. Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So what's the deal with people putting coffee creamer in their Dr. Peppers?
Oh, that sounds like something Amy would do.
I would do that.
Is
Yeah.
I was
it a
gonna ask
TikTok
if you
challenge?
tried
I
it.
mean, what's up with that?
I mean, I feel like in a way I have, because I've
Yeah.
done like a, oh God, I can't remember what it used to be like.
Bailey's doesn't count.
Okay, I would definitely try that, first of all.
Right.
Have you been the one that's been putting like the Mountain Dew inside like Corona to make it taste?
I haven't
so-
heard of the Mountain
No,
Dew
it's
in Corona.
Di-Serono and Corona that's supposed
Yes.
to taste like Dr. Pepper.
Di
It
My-
does. I tried
yes.
that, and I tried it
No,
several
because Ray
times.
told
to be
us
sure.
about it,
Hmm.
Yes.
and I have yet to actually try it. But Ray told us that it's supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper. I've yet to
It
try
doesn't.
They call
That's-
it
that's-
red cola. Is that the Dr. Pepper?
No, those are just their other ones. It's just, I think it's just Dublin Cola, but that's definitely their soda thing. No, Brianna and I tried several times the Corona and Di-Serono to see if it tasted like Dr. Pepper, and we're like, I can see why, because Di-Serono already kind of tastes like Dr. Pepper.
It has
It's
a
like whiskey,
flavors
tastes like
to
Dr.
it. I
Pepper.
can see that.
And so we just thought that the Corona added carbonation, so we kept trying to find the right mixture. And I don't know if we ever did or not, but there's plenty of pictures somewhere.
Definitely got drunk trying.
Yeah, it was
I
worth
like
a try.
Good. I like it.
Nice.
bubble
Can't
gum.
go wrong there.
Bubblegum cola.
As
So-
my wife calls it, Robitussin.
Carbonated Robitussin.
Yep.
But no, there's the other thing that we've been doing is we released a cover song as a single. We did a video. We did a big band version of Bon Jovi's "You Give Love a Bad Name,"
I saw that.
and I don't know why we did that. I mean, it was fun, but
Whose idea was it?
it was fun. I can't remember if I lost a bet or what, but it was fun to do, and the arrangement's neat. But the thing that I find really funny, and this is not an invitation for this, but out of all the people that do covers and they put a YouTube video out of their version of something, you'll see like all the likes and dislikes type of thing. We haven't had one dislike or one comment asking why, and we're all waiting for it. Because we're like, really? People they like this. Oh,
No.
Okay.
Okay.
neat. But we're keep
What's
waiting for
next?
this like Bon Jovi purist that's sponsored by Aquanet to say, why did you do?
Right. How dare you?
Does
How
does
dare you.
Aquanet still exist? Is that still?
Oh yeah, it did. My buddy Phil X plays in Bon Jovi now. He took Richie Sambora's spot, and I send him Aquanet every Christmas.
He's not the bald guy, is he?
It's a great
No,
gift.
Okay.
he has really long hair, and he's been in the band now he just celebrated his 10th anniversary as the lead guitar player for Bon Jovi.
That's awesome.
And
So I got a
every
few.
Christmas
I got a
send
few
him
options
Aquanet.
for you, Gary. Thinking
Okay.
outside of the box.
All right.
Ska version, Bad Medicine.
Ska version.
Okay. Ska version of Bad Medicine.
I
I
don't know
can
how that would
actually
even
hear that
sound.
in my head right now.
Right? I can't.
I can. That the keyboard part, do it with the horn section. I
Yeah.
think that could be awesome, actually.
There you go.
Actually, the thing I would love to do is a ska version of Take On Me by Aha.
I could get on board with that. I can see that
I
working.
just think just to hear the horns do that da 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 da.
Yeah, I can definitely hear that.
I don't
Amy,
know.
Amy, when
Why
were
does
you a
Eric
bully?
think I'm a bully?
Anyway,
I'm confused. I saw it on there, but I figured you were going to put it on the screen eventually. But why am I a bully?
There's so many reasons you could be. a
well,
bully.
yeah. While we list them out, Jerry's with us. Says he's got to play drums.
Currently,
on it.
why am I a bully during this conversation?
Is Jerry your drummer on that song?
No, Jerry was the drummer for me before I moved to Los Angeles in like 2000 or whatnot. And it was actually even before I had the band called McGrath. It was called Lothario, of all things. And we went and did like the monster car rallies in Oklahoma, and we opened up for the Turtles and
Wow.
the Loving Spoonful in right outside in Chickasha, Oklahoma. And it was a good time, you know. It was
That's awesome.
middle of college kind of thing.
Yeah, we got a couple of suggestions going on here. I don't think we need to step away
Amy is
from.
not
Van wants a
going.
Jamaican reggae version of Blaze of Glory.
Blaze of Glory isn't a reggae already?
wouldn't be too much of a leap, no. So why aren't we muting Amy? What did she do?
Amy's always muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just because of us being in the same room with each other. I'm always muted.
Oh, that's right, because the mic's picking up.
Oh,
I hear you.
Oh, wait, that's why I'm muted.
We can't let her have too much, FaceTime.
Too much power. It goes to her head. Yeah.
Obviously.
no
Right.
more
Why do I
screen
look
time
like
for
I'm?
you.
I feel like I'm joining from like a Blair Witch tent somewhere for some reason. I need to change my light scheme.
Just as long as when the camera goes back and you're not facing the wall and with your head down, you're good.
Right. We're not going to rule out an ill-timed snot bubble, though. That's for sure.
Very cool.
Oh man! So the tour coming up with
So, yeah, that's
Tiffany. You
kind of
said,
what's going on.
"Go ahead, Gary."
No, I said that's pretty much what we got going on. We got the new record that comes out hopefully
Yep.
in May in time for the Tiffany tour.
Okay.
We got, like I said, May 13th at Lava Cantina, May 16th at the Oriental Theater in Denver.
There it is.
And so tickets are on sale, and I'm very proud of the fact that they've already sold about 60 tickets for it, and they've all been for the McGrath Project. So I really
Nice.
appreciate
Cool.
the local
Nice. How
love.
do we do that? Do we go through your site or through your Facebook to get them?
Lava Cantina has it on their website.
Yeah.
And I believe Tiffany's released, and of course, she's going to sell a lot more tickets than we do because she's going to put it on her website next week.
Okay.
So, because she's doing, I can't tell what exactly it is. It's like it has to do with food and like food critic thing. And then she has like another week of that before she starts promoting the tour. But she's,
okay.
I'm looking forward to it. She puts on a great show. And a lot of people think that it's, because when she goes on the road and does some of these like totally 80s tours and stuff like that, there's a lot of tracks being used. But she has a great band, and she's using them on this tour, and I can't wait to see them. So
Very cool.
So for all
Very
those
cool.
musicians that want to see some really, and they're all, I believe they're all Nashville cats because she lives in Nashville, is my deduction on that. But very versatile players.
Yeah. Is her new album already out? The rock one you were talking about?
I know there's a single out, and it came out a week before we put out Bad Name. So it came out the last week of December. And I know that's out.
Okay.
So that should be there. And then we have our version of Bad Name, and then we'll have a new single coming out in about a month. And we're going to be making a video for it and putting that out to help promote the tour and get that ready to go. And I've had so many people ask me to do more kind of blues style guitar playing on things. So that's it's not a blues record, but I do a lot of blues kind of things in the mix of this kind of, actually I thought of Mike on this. I did a little heavier stuff of going towards like the stabbing westward kind of stuff. So,
Oh, wow.
See,
Okay.
I'm curious if Mike, if you think I actually pulled it off, if you're like, no.
I love stabbing westward, so I'd be really interested in hearing that.
So we got a little bit more synth rock based with really heavy guitars with
Nice.
blues licks for some weird reason. So
Hey, I mean, you can always slip in a blues lick. Trust me.
so I followed the dots.
And you have to slip it in. You can't
That's
just.
what she said. Yeah. Sorry. Low hanging fruit.
We can count on you.
Yes, that's what I'm here for. So Gary, is that going to be? Is it general admission, or they have the seats open?
It's both. General admission's $15, and I believe like there's a VIP section that's like $65.
Okay.
But yeah, there is general admission tickets for $15.
Yeah, there it is. Look like 15 to 50. There it is. Look at Mikey. He's gonna buy me some tickets.
Nice.
Get you a 4-top.
Yeah, I tell you what, Mikey, you get the tickets all over to the Playboys.
What do we got to do to get this Vegas wing individual VIP? Man,
yeah, that's.
You can go ahead and get your parking.
I had a friend send me a Facebook message saying that her and her husband got tickets, and they got the Vegas tickets. They splurged on it. And I'm like, we're not playing Vegas.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What?
Oh,
Okay,
darn. Now we got to go to Vegas.
Yeah. Actually, we're supposed to be in June, hopefully. I mean, this is still under construction, so to speak. But Gilby Clarke, formerly of Guns N' Roses and Slash's Snake Pit and Rockstar Supernova, we're going out on the road with him in June.
Very cool.
Van's got us over here. Brad Van said he has a table.
Van's already grabbed a table. Damn.
Yeah.
So we'll just jump on his table.
There you go. Yeah. Just let us know where you're sitting.
Careful, he'll make you dance on it.
We got our first request for the Peoples.
There it is. Alan, Peoples is working, man.
Yeah.
Boy's got to eat.
Gotta feed his face.
Food.
Right. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at those tickets and see if I can't get something reserved. I'm too old for general admission.
If you only knew a guy.
Right?
Yeah. If only you knew a guy. Let's see.
Damn,
There's,
Van looks like he's got the best seat in the house, front and center table.
Well, Van has a thing for redheads.
Well, I'm married to one, so I'm kind of there with him. So, if your life is missing a little spice, marry a redhead.
No comment.
Right?
No comment. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Uh-oh. So plans beyond that. So I know you're talking about trying to get some music out before that tour starts in May. Have you started working on, you mentioned going out with get some of the guys from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, from Gilby Clarke.
Yeah. Van said the redhead bought the table. Damn, Van, that a boy.
Yeah.
Anything else local you're looking at lining up?
We have a show coming up on Friday, or whenever the 10th is, whatever that day is. Friday or Saturday?
Friday. Yeah.
Friday at Mavericks in Arlington. We're playing and doing an all original showcase there with a few bands. And then we got a few other things coming up. We got asked to do something by a good friend of Deep Dallas Radio, Jarrett Reddick, to do something with him that might or might not go through, but we've been discussing it. So hopefully you might see us again at Lava Cantina on the 5th on Cinco de Mayo. Maybe.
That's awesome.
Jared, we've been asked. I don't know if it's gone through, but we were asked. We'd like to participate in it.
Have you heard Jared's new project?
Well, it might be his old project. You never know.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
The new project is really good. We just saw the new last weekend, right?
Yeah, with the Nixons on the 27th. The trees, yeah.
Jared is.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that really bad, but I didn't get a chance to.
It was like a family reunion, like any show in Deep Ellum for us. I mean, we love it. Zach Malloy, he's also been on the show. Man, they're really cool, and I've had experiences with those guys for 2 decades, so it's really always fun.
We were supposed to open for the Nixons at the Rail Club right when COVID hit.
Oh.
And when everyone's like, oh, everything's shutting down for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was like 6 weeks into where COVID was. We're like, oh, 2 weeks. Okay, good. It won't affect us. And then it completely, canceled out. And the booking agent who booked us there, I contacted him and said, hey, are we ever going to get to redo that show for the Nixons? Like you mentioned, he went, that was 2 years ago. Where have you been? And I wanted to be like, the pandemic?
Right.
But
At
I was
home,
like,
like
what do
you
you mean
should have
we're at?
been. Where the hell were you?
I'm like, what did you do?
Right.
But we're trying to figure something out with them as well. But it was just really funny just to hear. It's like, that was 2 years ago. Where have you been? I'm like, same as you?
Right.
What do you mean, where have
Right.
I been? I'm like, Texas. Kind of like, but oops. But no,
cool.
the Nixon's always put on a great show. And Jarrett, no matter if it's Bowling for Soup or his country stuff, he's probably one of the most energetic, happy, silly people on the planet.
Oh yeah.
So
He's great. I mean, we
the
always
guy's freaking Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
dude. And
Yeah.
once you've seen it, you can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it. Yeah, you can't
No.
unhear it or see it.
He started like within like the
You
first
can't.
song. I leaned over to Mike and I was like, I can't unhear Chuck E. Cheese right now.
You're looking for the big bear on the side.
Next time you talk to him, ask him how many times he gets mistaken for Weird Al.
Oh, wow.
Really?
His
How-
voice,
Vocally,
that when people play, like when people hear some of the Bowling for Soup stuff, because it is funny,
I can see that.
there's a lot of people that think it's a Weird Al song. And they try and find things like Almost or the Bitch song on a Weird Al record.
That's too funny.
Yeah, we will have to discuss that with him for sure. So it sounds like May at Lava Cantina may be the place to be, right?
Yeah, well, I'm really excited about that place. And of course, I might just be late to the party. I don't know. But from where I sit in the middle of nowhere, Lava Cantina has been that venue that national, international bands go through and play, and that they do have local bands there. But it seems like it's become that standard where they're allowing more and more local original talent to get a chance in front of national acts, and they seem to be one of the venues that's really supporting that theory. And I'm really glad to see things like that go on, because even though so many other venues do it, they kind of shy away from it. There's Jarrett.
And the peoples.
I had to get
Funny about that is it
people
really
here.
looks like Jarrett's hair just decided to jump on his chin. It's like you have reverse hair right there going on. That's awesome.
Yeah, if you turn just right, if you squint your eyes, you can see a dolphin. Oh, wait, never mind. Is that hat permanently stuck on people's head?
It's
Asking about
their
that.
favorite.
Yeah, he's classic. He's not
He's not classy. He's a classic, right?
that's too funny.
So,
Oh, geez, Alan. Alligator Dave.
oh wow.
We saw
That's a
Alligator
name I
Dave
haven't
not
heard
that
since
long ago.
Jesus was a boy. Alligator Dave, man. It takes me back to like the Aardvark when it was called the Hop.
Oh yeah, man.
I
that was
just
long
showed my age there. Never mind.
Yeah, somebody posted that on a local group the other day. It was like, what was the first club you went to in Dallas? I'm like, oh shit, Club A? What the hell?
You remember the Insomnia Coffee Bar in Deep Ellum?
I
You remember that place?
100%, because that was the only place I could get into at that age.
That age?
My friends playing
That was
acoustic.
they
back
had
patio.
the best. They had the Snickers like cappuccino that was just
Yeah, we would go like sit out, when I was like 15, 16 years old, we'd go sit out in front of like trees or in front of Galaxy Club or something, because we couldn't get in, but we could still hear the music. And sometimes back then trees had a door.
it raised up in the back.
Yeah, so
the back of the stage.
you could go, sit out there and watch and, all kinds of stuff. So, Deep Ellum was still a cool place to be, even if you were underage or whatever. And so, but we could get into Insomnia. So we would go to Insomnia, and then they had like some of my friends and stuff would play acoustic on the patio in the back, because you could walk through. It's called Twilight now, right? Is that where that is? I've seen Twilight like advertised, and some friends play there. I just never knew where it was. I knew it was somewhere in Deep Ellum. Yeah, we see it. Paco played there not that long ago.
Yeah, I was saying.
I'm pretty sure it's it's hard to tell. Things have changed so much. I mean, obviously we've seen a lot of turnover here and there. But I believe that's what it was. Oh,
Yeah,
Eric
Insomnia
worked
Coffee
there.
Bar. I kept my teeth there a lot, and Eric worked at Insomnia. Nice.
There you go.
And yeah, Insomnia Coffee Bar and the Across the Street Bar was another place that people played through a lot.
Is that not still there?
No.
No.
I went by and there was nothing there, and I was like, "Wow, the termites let go."
I actually played
I
at
used to always
Across
say
the
that
Street
place
Bar.
was termites holding hands. So sorry.
I played at Across the Street Bar a couple of times.
I think I played there once a month when I was 18.
Yeah, so
Like that's how I remember being 18.
well, and then they added like an outdoor stage, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was a cool place. It was just that time period for me was like 96,
Yeah, it was like-
97.
Yep.
So
yep.
it was.
And they had
There
what
was
was
a
it
lot of-
across the
lot
street?
of
Was
change.
the green elephant? Was it the green elephant?
Yeah, something
across
like
the
that.
street? Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
now you're dating me.
Right back in my day.
Or the Gypsy Tea Room in Deep Ellum, where you could go see Jacko Pierce and
Oh,
Edie
yeah.
Brickell and see them pretty often.
That's the first time I met my homie CJ. He was there. We played what was it? Dallas Music Festival or something like that. We played at Gypsy Tea Room. And Drowning Pool was playing in the ballroom.
Oh, cool.
And so CJ came over and watched our set. And that was the first time I like really met him and talked to him and hung out with him. So it was pretty cool.
Nice. So my question for you guys, for being one of the people that or groups that really is helping continue to Dallas Fort Worth music and everything original stuff come out. Have you seen much improvement since COVID's been letting up with the local music scene? Is there? I think there's stuff that's exciting coming out and going on. Have y'all been seeing kind of more people since the pandemic being more creative and getting out there, or is it kind of just still slowly coming back?
I will say I've seen a lot more activity in the mid-cities areas, it seems like.
Okay.
Mavericks is a great example. Jerry doing a lot of great bookings there at Mavericks. You've got Growl there in Arlington as well. But then the Haltom, and there's just a lot. Heck, I think Gas Monkey's coming back somewhere in the mid-cities area too at some point. I think Richard Rawlings is bringing that back. It might be a different name. But it seems like a lot of mid-cities places, which is great because, it's always been, well, I don't want to drive to Fort Worth because I won't get home till 3 a.m, or I don't want to drive to Dallas, yada, yada, yada.
Dallas.
Yeah. So that seems to be encouraging, in my opinion, to see kind of some of that, kind of those areas in the middle really develop and grow and support a lot of local music. But I was going to ask Mike and Amy, because I'm not going to lie, I think I've been to Deep Ellum twice since the pandemic, and I know they live down there. So what has been kind of the vibe and the scene down there outside of like a Trees or a Three Links and Will Call, obviously?
Amy, you want to answer this one? Or you want me to do it?
Oh God. Well, just Deep Ellum just isn't what it used to be. I mean, even from the time that we first moved in to now, it's such a different vibe. And it's like, yeah, you can count on Trees to have some bands, and they've done good to have some local as opposed to just having a bunch of national acts, which is great. It seems like Three Links is having more shows that are kind of more geared towards rock as opposed to being more punk and all that.
Yeah.
Will Call in that back room. They tried about every Friday, right, Mike? Is it Friday nights that they do their?
Well, I know that JR is constantly always trying to,
get something
bring
back
some
there.
rock in there and do his part. So very appreciative of that.
The thing that I saw a lot of during the pandemic was everyone learning how to actually use like their computers and the home recording software, and constantly putting new things out there just because they felt like they had no other outlet.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people that always said, I wish I played guitar, I wish I played drums, actually start. Nice. And I thought that was encouraging. But since things kind of have mellowed out quite a bit, I haven't heard any follow-up. But I was real excited for a while to hear what was going to be created.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
there's some band names out there that I've seen that I wish I would have thought of. One being Go Go Gorillas, and another one being Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensation.
I hadn't seen that one.
Go Gorilla.
I've seen Go Go Gorillas,
Go Go
yeah.
Gorilla. Yeah, but actually, the Itchy Richie,
thought it
the
was
Burning
Go Go
Sensation, we
Godzilla.
did a thing in Growl together, and I just kept laughing. I walked up to him like, I wish I would have thought of that name. That's
Yeah, there's definitely.
I mean, it's not the most attractive name, but I still think it's very witty.
Yes, for sure.
I'll say this. I mean, the venues are, have changed a little bit. Obviously, I mean, even pre-pandemic, we lost Curtain Club, and I think that from a local standpoint, for Amy and I, at least, that was somewhere we went every day almost.
I mean just about, like, we would cook dinner at home and then walk down, and not even just to close it down or anything, but to have a couple beers after dinner, hang out with the
with Chad
staff.
and
K-Fish and Paul and those guys.
Yeah. And when Will Call was attached to that.
Yeah. Yeah, so. the Curtain Club, what I always found so neat about it was it didn't matter if a band went nationally or if they just stayed really big locally. They really did respect the neighborhood band, so to speak. Everyone from the backyard. And even though DFW has a vast backyard, you would see the paintings of like Valve and Birch County and all these other bands that may not have been the Nixons or the Toadies or Reverend Horton Heat, but they still got that same love because they worked their asses off. And I thought it was neat that there was a venue that recognized stuff like that.
Yeah, that always kind of had a Cheers kind of vibe for me for the local scene and the local bands. It was just everybody there kind of knew everybody and didn't really matter who was playing. You just go hang out.
I believe K-Fish hangs out at Reno's. I think he still does some work at Reno's, and he would be really upset if I didn't talk about his K-Fish birthday bash.
Birthday bash is coming
up. Yep. So Alan, take a look at that. It's at Reno's. He does it annually, and if you don't know, I'm sorry, because he bombards everybody with
it. Reno's, that's another venue that they're still thriving.
Yep.
And keeping the shows going. They haven't stopped since. I mean, any chance they get, they try to have shows back there. But on the other side, like, we may have lost a few venues, but we've also kept some of the same bands. Like Black Tie Vendetta is now coming back. Yeah. Secret of Wars just put out some new music. Intercore is about to put out some new music. So there's still plenty of bands doing things.
Yeah, I think the one thing that it's done, first and foremost, the most important venue to me that, aside from Curtain Club, because, we all have a place there, is Trees. And Trees still exists. And Trees is still amazing. In fact, I think Trees is better than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Clint has just recently put in a giant video wall behind the stage. And it really makes, if you take advantage of that as an artist, man, it really helps with the show. And he's done all.
That was my favorite thing about the Haltom was they're using the screen to show the band's logo and everything else. And even if you're, just starting or you have a following, it's that extra boost for the artist to feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. And those little things, when a venue does that for their bands, I think is just super cool.
It was we played there a couple months ago, or Thanksgiving thing that we did, and we had a videographer handle it all behind us, and man, it was really, really cool. Really, really cool. And several of the other bands had, because it's not just static, your name. We had full on like video stuff going on, graphics and all kinds of stuff. And man, it with the lights, and then just adds, it's like you're, top dog, like you're playing a Starplex or something. It's really cool. So kudos to Clint. And again, Trees is still there, and Trees is bigger, badder than ever. They, for the artists, they redid the green room. There's, it's bigger. It's got a bathroom. Mm-hmm. It's got, all the stuff now that they didn't have before. And they're just constantly doing stuff. So pretty awesome.
That is one thing, to your point, Gary, that I saw come out of the pandemic. Even you look at someplace like, God, I just went blank. I know Chaz over at Haltom's working to build up like a second stage, but Amplified, they put a lot of money into that place as well, building out that stage, bringing in just kind of really fine tuning it and making it nice and crisp. And coming out of the pandemic, you're seeing a lot of that, and it's really encouraging. To Mikey's point, go ahead, Mikey.
We just went to Ridgely last weekend,
Mhm.
Ridgely Theater. I mean, amazing venue. Man, Jerry's done an amazing job. I mean, he gave us a tour a few years back, me and Amy and the late Terry Kimmel. We all did a tour, and he was showing us, all the stuff that he redid Ridgely with and the history of Ridgely. He even, all the paint that they did, that they redid everything with, was the original paint from like when they originally, built Ridgely. So
wow,
how true to the legacy it was.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Lead and all.
The funny thing about the Ridgely Theater for me is when I was a kid, that's where my parents took me to see The Empire Strikes Back when it came out.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I saw it at the Ridgely Theater. Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and E.T. I saw at the Ridgely Theater. When
Very
they were
cool.
Hey, I love E.T.
So it's kind of funny to see every time I know it's a music venue. It always makes me go, oh, yeah, I'm here. And I love how they have the lights up in front and everything. So,
yeah,
that's a great venue.
We've lost a handful of venues, and like Brad said, and I would second that, like the up and coming bands, that's what we lost with Curtain Club, is that it's harder now to come to Deep Ellum if you're not an established band.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't already have a following, you're probably not going to be, unless you're, opening for somebody and you get a break, but you're most likely going to start off at, a Mavericks or a Six Springs or one of these venues, which kudos. I mean, it's awesome, and please support those venues, but
oh yeah.
It's
Brad
not as easy.
Just works his ass off. I'm
proud of
him.
Yeah, that guy is a beast, man. We had our anniversary party there a couple of years ago, I guess pre-pandemic, or maybe it was after. It was post-pandemic, but yeah, that guy, he puts his heart and soul in that place, and it is a nice venue, great stage, big dance floor. You may not realize it driving by there.
Proper back line for a thing.
Yeah.
Well, and that's my old stomping grounds. That's kind of where I hung out, and my later high school years and stuff. I kind of grew up around that, or I didn't grow up in that area, but I lived in that area in high school, and so it brings out a lot of old memories and stuff. And I got a lot of friends in that area, so it's fun for us to play there. So like I said, we don't have the Curtain Club down here, but I mean there is Reno's. There's still Three Links. Club Dada still exists.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you're depending on what kind of music you're playing, they have other venues too, country artists and stuff to play at and stuff.
8 Airs has had a Justin Pickard play, so I mean they're still doing some music. It's just more of the countryside as opposed to
there's the jazz. They have Freeman. I've got some guys that I was in jazz band with and stuff that are way beyond better than anything I could do these days, but like these guys live, breathe, and sleep jazz, blues, all that kind of stuff, and they play those venues.
Actually,
somebody that
my
we know
buddy
just
Gaten James plays every Monday at the Freeman, and it's a great show. He's an amazing jazz trombonist, and but it's not
anytime
like
you have
straight
bonus
jazz. It's like
in your
jazz.
I want to be a bonus. You gotta have that. Can I be like guitar bonus?
Deep Ellum Art Company also is another venue
Deep
that's
Ellum,
still going strong.
I mean, there are definitely venues. There's Granada, so like I know that South FM and Black Tie Vendetta. We were talking about them. Big Story. They got a show coming up at Granada. So I mean, there's venues. You may have to think kind of outside of the box of what it was always Curtain Club. You were going to play there,
Yeah.
We're missing that, but it's still there, and we're fortunate to have places to play. I think.
Yeah. Any place to be able to play that is respectful to the bands and isn't just kind of absentee, I think is fantastic.
Hey, Eric, Six Briggs is Richardson off of Plano and Beltline, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right. I know it's off Beltline. I can't remember if it's Plano or Jupiter, but yeah, I think it's Plano.
Across from the old Richardson Square Mall.
Yeah, it's catty corner to the old Richardson Square Mall. If you ever hung out in that food court.
I used to work there.
Nice. In the mid-90s?
Yeah, they had this French restaurant. I was a waiter.
I was about to say, hopefully it wasn't hot dog on a stick, man.
No. It was called Cafe Partir.
I was can't you see Mike in that this yellow and blue and red striped outfit making
right with the little hat?
Yeah, well, there was that, but back then I had long hair, ponytail, you know.
I was about to say, if you've ever seen pictures of Mike when he was younger, it was long, flowing locks with usually in a ponytail.
Thank God there's not very many pictures of those out there.
Right. We'll have to do some digging. It sounds like they're out there somewhere.
Just don't go through my high school yearbook.
I understand that. Not all of us were blessed to grow up in White Settlement. That's for sure.
Not everybody can be as cool as me, guys. I'm sorry. Out in Funky Town.
Hooray for West Fort Worth.
Oh, there it is. I'm like, what the hell is flashing on the screen?
Yeah, it's the logo that we made that no t-shirt company can replicate, bro.
Oh, really?
Every time we ask to get shirts made, they always like, could you have a better, thing that's not as holy at the bottom?
A clearer image?
Dude, they're always like, do you have the 300 DPI? Like, no, you're the graphic people. Why can't you enhance it? Why can't you make it a vector image and all this stuff? I mean, come on, everybody should chime in.
We did all that, but they did on their silk screening. It's like the way the Phoenix kind of trails off with the kind of flames. It always comes out really spotty, and they get very. We want to make sure this is exactly like your logo, but the mistakes that the screen printing did, I thought made it look cooler. Like if you put that back up there, the Phoenix on it, it's a mistake. It's supposed to be flames. But it has this
I'll put it back up.
Dotted where the ink would go off. Yeah, you see these little dots, and it's supposed to be a more done flame, but it's a mistake. And I think that looks cooler because they had issues with the screen printing. I thought
it's like distressing something, right? When something's not perfect, it's better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what I tell my wife.
But yes, Lava
Cantina
opening for Tiffany on May 13th. Tickets are available now. We're going to be at Mavericks on Friday, and it's going to be awesome. We're looking forward to it. Actually, with the band's rehearsing right now. They're in the barn. Tells you where I live in West Fort Worth. And I
thought you lived in Weatherford, not West Fort Worth.
Well, yeah, Weatherford.
I thought it was called West Dallas.
Whoa, calm down, Doug.
Oh, easy now.
See, when I lived in Los Angeles, I decided to be real snobby, and someone kept asking me, "It's like, do you come from money? You're from Texas. It's an oil place." I'm like, "Yes, we have a little bit of spread in North Texas." I'm like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, we have a little bitty ranch." And they're like, "What's it called?" And I'm like, "Dallas."
Maybe you've seen the show. Yes.
The sad part about it is I thought it was an obvious, stupid joke, but they're like, "Really?
Oh God,
you speak so clear."
So I wanted to ask you a follow-up. I wanted to ask you a follow-up question too.
Okay.
Obviously we spilled our beans, but what has been your experience in the DFW music scene, and where are some of the places you like to play, and maybe some of our listeners and stuff can kind of take that on and
okay. What I have found really exciting is, of course, any type of explosion of creativity. And what I've been finding is after the pandemic, you have more people trying things that they've always wanted to try, mostly in these kind of specialty boutique restaurants and craft breweries and microbreweries and wineries and and even tattoo shops and boutique stores, you have people going, oh, we're going to open a record store that sells boutique stuff. Oh, and we'll have live music. Oh, we've started this distillery for whiskey and we're going to have bands play. And they're bringing more. We're doing axe throwing of all things, because whoever thought, let's get people drunk and teach them how to throw a weapon. I don't know if I want to meet them or not.
Right.
But all of those things are coming out for all these new places and different venues to play.
Hey, I'll even throw, not to
ball.
interrupt you too much, but there's a new place, and a bunch of the staff like from Green Room and stuff, like I found, I think it's in Richardson also, is this place. It's called, they do foaling. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No.
It's you throw a football at bowling pins and you got to like knock them over. And so, but they're all like lined up in a row. So like if it's me and Amy and we're playing against each other, but you guys are in the lane next to us, if I throw the football and it bounces and it hits the pins and it knocks one of the persons over in the next lane, that shit counts.
Nice.
Oh, so you could potentially help the people next to you.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Knows I would.
But it's a massive place. Check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Except for your arm is like jello after like an hour of that.
But, things like that I find really neat, because I was seeing a lot of the college kid crowds bringing more and more really wanting to make new music and not conforming to like what was like a standard pop format. You have bands like that are still there, like Radio War, which is a really and Strong Work, with both that have one foot in like classic rock and this other foot in like acid trips, sonic based acid trips. And then you have and unfortunately a lot of bands that were coming out that were really sounding cool didn't like how the music industry was, and realized that when someone said, oh, you want to be in a band? Well, the music industry's hard. And they thought, oh, that meant I had to practice. It's like, no. It's all the rejection you have to put up with and the business side of things. That's what's hard. Playing's easy. And
that's the easiest part.
A lot of them fell apart just because they couldn't handle it. But the ones that have stuck through, there's been a lot of really new creativity and new sounds that are out there. And unfortunately, there's so many outlets, it's easy for them to get lost. That was the only benefit I thought about mainstream radio, was it was a funnel that people could find things, where now everything's everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's just so many places to look, so much stuff gets lost.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Luckily, there's places like, you guys, where people can talk about their stuff and other artists can share their, love of other bands they've been sharing the stage with, like Strong Work or Radio War or King Booty or whatever those bands are. And they can.
Did you say King Booty?
People can go look for them.
I got to give me a King Booty shirt now.
I need to.
The Victor Torono is the guy behind King Booty. You should have him. He's a funny guy, and he's.
All right. Well, you got to put the word out. You got to make the. We got to make the links here. We'll get them on. Anybody with a band name called King Booty, I'm in.
Yeah, it's a modern disco thing with like. Imagine if what would be a good analogy? Imagine if all of a sudden Zeppelin became a funk band and got fronted by Dr. Dre.
You lost me at all of that.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing.
I'm interested. Yeah,
I'm interested, but I don't know what.
Mike, you wasn't your nickname King Booty back at Ridge Square Mall Food Court, or is that only rumor?
I thought we weren't bringing that up, Brad.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I thought we weren't talking about old shit.
Good point.
We talked about old shit.
All right. Well, Gary, we really.
I went into Old South and saw an old sticker of mine on the bathroom wall, and I was like, "Wow, that's been here 30 years."
Oh wow, I haven't been to Old
That's
South.
That's some good adhesive right there.
Man, I miss that place.
I got the old Curtain Club men's bathroom
mirror. Yeah,
right here. So I'm sure everybody remembers that one.
Oh yeah. All right, Gary. Thanks so much for talking to us. Hopefully,
thanks for having me.
at Lava Cantina in May once, maybe twice. Keep
Maybe
us posted.
twice. More, definitely once, maybe twice.
All right.
If the second one happens, I will definitely have the powers that be let you know.
Please do. And let us know when that new music's available. We'd be happy to spin it and feature it for you.
Yeah, man.
I will definitely send it.
It's awesome to see and talk to you again and see that you're still keeping on and doing all the good stuff.
Absolutely.
Congratulations again
good
on
stuff,
your
bad stuff, the stuff that shouldn't be seen. That's all.
Well, congratulations on that engagement, brother. That's awesome.
It is fantastic.
All right. Take care, Gary. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Everybody that tuned in tonight, thank you so much. Appreciate the comments, the participation. Check out the Facebook page. We got another show coming up here in about 2 weeks. Hope you can join us. Thanks for tuning in tonight. This is Brad.
I'm Amy, and I'm not mean.
And I'm Mikey B, and she's definitely mean.
We'll get back to that. And that's still Gary. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a good night.